Gotta give them something that they want. Bring the real party people to the front. Maybe we can just chill. Cassie knows how it goes. Wrestle, flow, 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 yeah. Gotta give them something.
What's up, you guys, and welcome to another episode of Cassie Versus. And today I am answering all your questions about my fitness competition over the weekend. So I'm so excited because I've had so many questions kind of like leading up through my prep, and I just wanted to answer everything. So I was like, let me just throw it up on the tube and answer all your questions. Now, I'm not answering all of them because a lot of them are the same. So the first question that I have been getting a lot is very simple. Why? What was your inspiration? Why did you all of a sudden, with 3 weeks to go until a competition, decide that you were going to do your first competition? And the answer is I have been wanting to compete as a bikini competitor literally for years. I've been wanting to do this, I want to say like 5 or 6 years now. This is something that has been, I've thought about doing a lot, but it's such a huge commitment, 12 weeks. The dieting is so strict, and I just know myself. I love pizza, I love chocolate, I love ice cream. It's a really big commitment, especially when you travel for a living and you're on the road all the time, and it's very hard to plan. So one day I was training with my coach in the gym, and I was talking with him about his clients who just did so well at their past competition. And it was just a flyby comment. I was like, man, I really want to do one of these competitions one day. And he started laughing because he knows what I'm like. And then I said, when's the next competition? And he said 3 weeks. And I was like, I'll do it. Literally like that. That is how quick I made up my mind. And I committed like that to doing this competition. And from that moment on, I was all in, 100% in on this competition. Another question is, what was my daily routine? So pretty much what I would do is wake up early because I couldn't sleep in because I was so hungry. Wake up early, have my morning drink, go for a big old walk around the block, which I absolutely grew to love. Just getting outside in the fresh air and just being with myself and really concentrating on my goals for the day and focusing in on what I had to do what I had to accomplish that day. And that was my time for me to zone in and to focus and to get it done. So I would start there, then I would come home, have my breakfast, then I would do my lifting session, and then errands, and then I would either do another cardio session, walk around the block, cardio in the gym, on the treadmill, or I would go to flat backs and I would just run and sweat, and that was huge cardio. And then I would have my nightly meal with my nightly tea, which I didn't enjoy, but I did it. And I'd go to bed because I was exhausted at that point. How hard is food restriction? Whew. I mean, like I said earlier, I love bad food. Like, if food is bad for you, you can assume that I love it and I want it at all times. So to restrict food, and just at a moment's notice too, I'm not gonna lie, I really struggled, which I know might sound strange because I'm an athlete and you probably don't think I eat, naughty foods, but I do. A lot, but it was hard. And it was more mentally challenging than anything. I'd say like the first 3 or 4 days was so hard. And I can't even explain why. I just had no energy. My brain wasn't functioning. All I could think about was food. Anything that I have ever eaten before in my life that I liked, I was craving anything. I even went on the Woolworths website back home and ordered myself $100 worth of snacks, mailed it to my mom's house, who I had her mailed to me. Here. I was so hungry. What was the hardest part of prep? It was all such a challenge. This is a challenge for me that I had never really done for myself. And that was a big part of it too, was I really wanted to step outside of my comfort zone because I really feel like that's where we grow as people, as humans. We learn so much about ourselves when we're uncomfortable. And forcing yourself to be in a situation like that, I knew I was really struggling, but I also knew that there was a lot I was learning and taking away from that experience. So I think the hardest part is just knowing how uncomfortable I was and pushing through, especially those times, oh my gosh, all I wanted was some peanut butter toast or some sugar. Yeah, but I would say the challenging times and just knowing I have to push through. What did my meals look like during prep? I assume you all follow me on Instagram, so you would have seen my daily logs of what I was eating, and I gotta tell you, it was so boring. And I'm a fussy eater as it is, but I got through it. It was a lot of chicken and beans, or mahi and broccoli, or orange ruffy and asparagus. Oh my gosh, I'm so over asparagus. I never want to see an asparagus on my plate again in my life. Asparagus for breakfast sucked every day. Oh my gosh. So yeah, it was very basic meals. I got to have eggs for breakfast. I was having 3 slices of Ezekiel toast or bread. That was my carbs throughout the whole day. So I had like 45 grams of carbs for a day, which sucked, but we got there. And then there was a gallon of water, which again, I know we should be drinking a lot of water, but for me, I just don't drink enough of it. So to force myself to have a gallon a day, it was a lot. I needed to pee so often, and I hate waking up in the middle of the night needing to pee. And it just happened all the time. But yes, that's what my meals looked like. What did my workout plan look like? Honestly, my workout plan didn't really change too much from what I was already doing. With my trainer, I train 3 to 4 times a week, so I'll always get in like a leg session, a back session, a shoulders and arm session, and then I'll probably do like another leg session. That's what I normally do every week. That didn't change. Working out was the fun part for me. I love working out, especially with a trainer. It got tough towards the end because I just had no energy and I felt like I had no strength, and it got really tough towards the end, but I pushed through. And honestly, it's what you can expect from a competition prep. How has my confidence grown? I love this question. Throughout my prep, it continued to grow every single day. Every day I felt more and more confident, more and more proud of the efforts and the work and the sacrifices that I put in. There was even a few days towards the end there where I was wearing workout shorts in public. Like, that's what I picked to wear for the day, which might not sound like much because sure, I wear booty shorts on TV, or you know, you wear a bikini, but wearing workout shorts throughout the day, like my biggest insecurity physically, which sounds so vain, I know, is my legs. I do not like my legs. I'm so insecure about them. So when I picked out shorts to wear and I was doing my cardio and I was confident in them, I was like, wow, look how far I've come. Like, it was a moment of just like self-reflection and realizing really how far I came just to be wearing shorts in public. It's like the small little successes and the small little things is what in the bigger picture made me feel so happy. And that is when I really realized that my confidence was starting to grow. How hard was it to pick a swimsuit? It was super easy actually, because I just reached out to the company and I was like, may I please have an emerald green suit? And they said, sure. So how good's chocolate? They're all custom made because they have to fit your body to a T for these competitions. It's such an important part of it. And I think they like really whipped mine up, because 3 weeks notice to make something custom is such a short amount of time. So they whipped that up, and then my coach and I drove down to Miami. Drove down to Miami about 4 days before the competition so I could try it on in person. And just in case I needed any adjustments, I was there at the time to get it fixed. Luckily, I needed no adjustments. It was good to go. But actually, when I was there trying on my bikini, oh my gosh, this is another moment where I was so uncomfortable because that thing is the skimpiest little thing I've ever seen in my life. It looks like it is small enough to fit a doll, not a human being. So as I was trying it on in front of people, I was kind of just smiling, really trying not to expose myself, and it was really hard not to. When I went into the bathroom to take it off, I burst into tears, crying. I was so uncomfortable, so uncomfortable. And I had a moment where I thought to myself, I'm not ready for this. What am I doing? Like, what am I thinking? Like, why am I doing this kind of thing? I was struggling with that why. I had forgotten my why. And it was my why is because I wanted to be in uncomfortable situations in order to grow. And I was literally in an uncomfortable situation questioning my why. And I realized, okay, Cassie, you're growing. I wish my glutes were glowing, but they weren't. It was my mind, it was my soul, me growing as a human being. But I cried, I let it out, and then I said, put your big girl panties on and go about the rest of your day and just continue going forward with your goals. What is something that I would have rather skip for the competition that was an absolute must? And that's a very easy one, actually. That dreaded back pose, where you got to be on stage asking people to judge you, and they tell you to turn around, show us your glutes. Yeah, I did not like that one. And it took a lot for me to actually do it. But I did it. But yeah, if I could have foregone the back position pose, well, 100% that's what I would have done. What was my favorite moment of the competition? So I absolutely love being on the stage. Like, I grew up as a dancer. I work in television, so like front and center under the spotlight on a stage. That's what feels like home to me. So I loved going out there, strutting my stuff. It felt like a performance to me. And then when they do the comparison, so all the girls next to each other and you're doing the exact same poses and they're judging you, because that's what it is. I just loved like the fight, like look at me more than her, or like get a load of, like, I can't do these kind of things. But for me, in my mind, it was a competition and it was a fight for like showmanship. And that just has me written all over it. And although the girl who won was super conditioned, she had like a 10-pack of abs. She looked like she had really like done a very good, long, hard prep. And here I come 3 weeks to go, like, look at me, I'm gonna fight for this. But yeah, I would say that's my favorite. That was my favorite part of the competition, is just being on the stage and fighting for it. I made muffins today. What was my go-to meal after the competition? Well, as you all know, I'm a big pizza fan, so right down the road from the competition, which was so perfect, was Giordano's deep dish pizza. So that's what I had. I was like, okay, I need to order the pizza by 10 p.m. because they don't take orders after that, because it takes 45 minutes to cook these deep dish. So I was like planning it, please let's get out on time so I can go and eat my pizza. But my gosh, it hit the spot. It was so freaking good. Oh, and I actually haven't stopped really eating since then. And the last final question is, will I do another competition? And I really did not know the answer to this question until after I won these bad boys. And really, when you win these, lucky 73. When you win these, and they're like 2 and 3, this is like, when you win 2 and 3, like when you win trophies, it's like, oh my God, I want more. But yeah, it wasn't until after I won these that I realized I really do want to do another one. I want to get a first place to go with my second and third places. And I really want to give myself a full prep and see what I can do with a full prep. I want to do a bulk. I want to grow. I want to see how much muscle mass I can put on so that when I do a proper 12-week cut, I actually have some muscle mass behind me and I'm not just like thin with abs. So the answer is yes, I do plan to do another competition. When? Don't know, couldn't tell you. But I do have the bulk in the works now. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for submitting all your questions and sitting here listen to me ramble on about this. You might get more prep videos in the future if I do decide to film them. But again, thank you so much for all your questions and for all your support and love along the way. This journey was very sudden, but I absolutely loved it. So thank you for coming along on this ride with me.